99 bombs. I guess we'll do the bosses then. I kind of want to take damage. Can I take damage, please? No. No, I can't take damage. That's a shame. It's a big, big shame. But suddenly... Oh yeah, there's two Mr. Freds. I mean, in theory, I'm not actually doing, you know, a crazy amount of pure damage, but I don't think that really matters, does it? Really, I'm just getting the this. I can't actually. I'm having to fight my way through this just sea of stuff. Oh, scrap 99 bombs, explosive. Oh, that should be fun. And then
Ooh, pentagram.
We've got the room. It is definitely the best room ever in the world. We don't want to get chaos at this point. We'll get an eye in the back of our head. That should look pretty neat. We, of course, don't need the extra Isaac's tears, so we'll chill on that. Vampire? Okay, I can do with being a little bit of a vampire. We'll get the Black Lotus. This is going to be amusing. Bomb, 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 bomb!
Ooh, speed and range.
And then I think we can safely say that we are ready to move on to the next floor. There's just so much money everywhere. I'm flying and I'm struggling to get around the place. That is just incredible. Ooh, soul, of course. We want the soul glitter bombs. Get that lovely bomb synergy. We'll get our glowing Deadeye magicness all up in here. We'll just get rid of that. So surprise! I bet you didn't have time to look away, did you? You had no idea what I was about to do. Eva Scara, I think we definitely...
Tears up, yes.
Scara, there's just so much money even in here. Oh, that's going to make our damage start to really crank up. And I think we're good, everyone. I think we've definitely had a successful experience on this floor. And I think we're definitely ready now to move on to the next one. I would get the rest of the coin, but quite frankly, I just don't care. We have just everything we could ever need, ever. Oh, this is satisfying. It's just to see this armada of stuff on the ground. You just want to screw for a ducket. Oh, we would get freaking lost contact. And then pentagram for some more damage. Oh, we'll open these chests. I mean, Cricket's head will do lovely because we don't actually have a magic mushroom on Cricket's head damage boost yet, although we're still hitting like a truck. Actually, I think I'm going to take the dunce cap. I'm actually going to take the whiz double shot. Just because our tears are so big that it's inherently actually 2020. The glowing red power from the marked is just basically resulting in unbelievableness. Absolutely unbelievableness. And look! I couldn't see anything for a while, and then everyone turned into money. How did that even happen? It's like I'm an alchemist or something. Alright, let's have that there. This is going to be quite ridiculous. Yep. Although it didn't actually affect the reroll machine. It was a bit...
Man, I'm just getting tons of range.
10.5. Don't mind if I do. Chemical peel, just a little bit of damage. Rosary, I don't mind burning through. And there it is. Cricket's head. Welcome to the party. Talking of welcome to the party, Gerald, get on board. We don't care about the DB bug. Oh my god, we got continuum! Yes! Oh, look at
Could just start spraying around the room with this much range.
Look at this! Oh, greed of the week. Oh, greed of the week. Greed of the mother rocking week. Let us get ourselves even more coins so we can keep it going. Just realize with the continuum, they're obviously just going to forever keep going until they run out of the ridiculous red Dr. Fetus. As much as I would love to switch to Dr. Fetus, I don't think we want that on this one, so I'm going to leave it there. We'll grab the milk. And basically anything that I can viably take, I am going to take. God's flesh, of course.
Host hat.
God's flesh. What are you, little horn?
Just an item I got.
The party, little horns, and then holding mantle. Seems pretty good. We kind of just need to go one full up and one full down, and then we refill that money entirely. Oh, big Seraphim. We'll get a little bit of Virgo. Baby. Body. I'm surprised we Oh, holy, holy moly, holy moly, holy moly. That's a pretty good devil deal. That's a pretty good devil deal as far as I'm concerned. Yes, indeed. And boom. We'll eventually see what it is that we reroll there. Which I see that's key. And a candle I did. Isn't that nice? I think it's actually easier to go out in the room so we can see what's going on. We'll get obsessed with fan. There's visibility.
Yes, lump of coal. That's exactly what I wanted.
Oh, I didn't actually reroll the thing. Come on now. There we go. And back in. We've got ourselves sticky bombs. And then we've got homing. Oh no, that's Mr. Boo. And a big fan that should be. Oh, rainbow tears. Yes. Oh, and then number one. All of our tears are going to come to fruition. Our dream will be realized.
You could come in handy.
None will stand in our way. None will stand in our way. I just can't believe we've not accidentally found the goddamn third baby we need for the baby transformation. It just seems... Look at this! What am I even looking at right now? Oh, God. And then actual 2020. Oh, man. And then Box of Friends, of course, very tempting. But no, we don't want the max. Otherwise, we will never stop ever being able to see anything. Oh, the boomerang with continuum. That's good if I ever did see something there. Okay, so that was the shot. So I guess we've got one shot left, which is nice. And yeah,
Hey.
we're going to go for it. See what our tears are doing now. I fired once, by the way. This is me I literally fired once. One tier, look. One. This is one tier being fired. A single
Yes,
tier
please.
fired. It's still going! That is one tier! One! One of them! Holy hell. Leave that blank card behind. Oh my god. Just delicious, isn't it? It's delicious.
Oh, a random blood clot. I accept. This game, out of context, is ridiculous.
Sorry, bum friend, but you're gone now. I'll have a look what you all re-rolled into when I'm allowed to actually see again. Isn't that nice?
What do you mean? Oh gosh.
And we're going to see how many waves it can do by itself. So there's one tier. Alright, 2, 3, 4, 5, and
I know it.
6. A single tier fired by me cleared the entirety. Oh,
There's not much you can do, darling.
God. The batteries. The batteries. I don't think we can have any more money on the ground than that. I think there's actually a cap. I don't want Tech X. That would ruin it a little bit, I think. Oh, just nothing. Just have to do that, otherwise. Holy shit, I just realized Magneto is going to result
I know.
having a... Wait, what happened next? I'm not even really sure what's happened. I guess we killed a few bosses. That's nice. Oh, there's some more. Lovely. Oh, there's some more. I guess we'll get the devil deal while we're here as well. Just chilling. I attack with money landslide. It's super effective. I'm not even having to fire it here. Holy. Just... Oh, demon turret. That will count, right? No, it doesn't technically count. Oh, super sad. Alright, Magneto, that's going to be very satisfying when we go back in. There we go. Shadows out of the way.
Yeah, I know.
Oh!
Trust me, I'm the same way right now. I'm just kind of firing and things are dying.
Bumbo. That has got to be the fastest, the absolute fastest Bumbo to max level you have ever seen. Oh, hell. Rainbow baby, yes! How is we still not got the transformation? No way! There's no way. There is, unless we already do, and I just don't realize it because I am stupid, which is, you know, a very
Who puts pennies in poop anyways?
and then bloody must anyway. Oh, where is Jera? Oh, we got Jera again. Yeah,
Oh.
wow, Jera.
Oh, okay.
Why do I keep losing Jera? Oh, I see. Keep getting him when we go here. Double all that once more, and once more again, and we should get to max money fairly easily. Just the towers
Mm-hmm.
built in some. That's awesome! It's reduced our damage to low enough that you can actually see the tears now. Thank you so much, Soy Milk. Look at it. Just look at it. Look at this majesty in every single way. Oh, amazing. In fact, I want to take Tech 2 just so that we can... Yeah, it's literally impossible for me to run out of money because of the batteries that I'm doubling on top of the money being doubled. We just take Tech 2 because I want our damage to be reduced even more and then we can actually see what's going on a little bit. Yeah, look at that. It just looks incredible, you know? Absolutely incredible. Dark Bomb, there you are. Peter will take you. Butt Bomb, why the hell not? I just think there's got to be a point where I'm like, yeah, that will do, you know, that will do. I also have a feeling I am putting too much space into money and not leaving enough space for batteries. What's that? 3 bomb money all over the place. And then more explosions are happening. I accidentally bought telepathy with gun incident without really meaning to, but I suppose that's okay. Eventually we'll get to see what's going on in this room. I wouldn't mind another piercing shot, just so we can have some extra piercing. Samson's ball and traitor there. Looking good. I don't know what you are. Bean. I guess what you do.
Okay, time to see if I can beat Ultra Greed with 3 hearts.
I think you guys could have some serious fun with this scene. I think I've reached a point where I'm pretty pleased with our power level here. You know, genuinely quite happy with it. Ooh, I just realized, guys, I think... Oh, no, I'm just using the sun, that's why. Oh, no, Bumbo ate all my money! Bumbo, you bastard! I guess I don't really mind. I was going to end it, but I suppose I've now been forcibly removed from being able to infinitely chain this. Just to grab Mr. Mongo, baby! How do we not have the transformation, Mr. Maggie? How? We are definitely, unless we do have it, I'm just being crazy over here. I love that we can see it again. Finding Soy Milk was so brilliant there. So brilliant. Alright, guys, let us go pay our friend a little bit of a visit, shall we? Oh wait, yeah, I'm technically I'm gonna go invincible straight away, so I don't know if I'll be able to even shoot him. That's the thing. I don't want my flies to do anything, though they are really going to try. Okay, are we ready? Are we ready? It's actually not doing that much damage there, but look at the numbers coming out. There we go. He is very, very dead, and I have no idea what our tears are even like. What are we even technically still damaging over there? Why are things exploding? I guess we actually have brain. That was explosive-o. Glowing nuclear bomb explosive-o. Oh, my name has been Rage. Like if you enjoyed this, let people know the power of this scene. Subscribe below. That was incredible. A good one.
I basically beat him anyways. Whatever. I've already beat it on that difficulty anyways.
And welcome to the Isaac O'Clock News. Ding ding! This just in. Isaac found out he's never owned clothes in his life. Ding ding!
Okay, so we're on episode 8. Let me go grab a snack and then I'll be good to go. Got myself some Reese's, some normal chocolate, and some Cool Ranch Doritos. Does it really matter? I'm ready whenever you are. If I was there, I'd help. I'll grab my heated blanket though. I love this thing. Nowhere near as much as I love you though. Yeah, I love my heated blanket more than my girlfriend. The iZombie thing? Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
People. I could stay here and watch this all day.
Somehow it all comes back to food and drink. At least this town looks pretty normal for a change. I mean, everything appears to be running smoothly.
Even as the wolf packs battle fiercely among the trees for the land they claim. From far away, the forest may appear surprisingly peaceful, depending how you see it.
If someone had exceptional hearing, couldn't they tell what was going on from afar?
Do you see that ship over there? It seems the tax they are levying on its goods is too high, and so the ship's owner doesn't want to sell. I already told you the price for these nails is set.
They call that a hostage tax. They can see from his fur that he's got money, so they try to slip in extra taxes.
The skinny man is saying something in response about the expedition to the north being cancelled, and how that has thrown off the markets in the whole city. He's telling the man he should be happy to get anything at all.
The cancelled expedition is causing trouble everywhere.
He is threatening to take the man and his fur to the courts to settle it. There are 4 other groups all having a similar conversation. The tax is too high. The cancelled expedition. The status of entering the town.
Oh.
You did not really order those for my benefit, did you? My drinking serves you in some way. If I am drunk on alcohol, then you are free to get drunk on the prospect of future profits.
Thinking about business is cheaper than alcohol. And to be sure, it has less of a hangover.
When I am drunk, I am less likely to interrupt your planning with my obstinate chattering and more compliant to your whims. It is a relatively inexpensive investment.
You are a wise wolf.
Well, your face always appears so much less of a frowning mask when you are thinking about business. And that makes my drinking all the more fun. No! How could this great wolf be undone by as few as 7 drinks of such a watery stash?
You're worn out from traveling, too, remember? Try to get some rest. Don't you worry. I won't do anything too ridiculous while you're asleep.
Oh, I very much doubt that.
I think it's time for Her Highness to close her eyes. Open for business?
Yes, sir. Come in. I just finished patching my apron. Like it?
so nice I can hardly take my eyes off it.
That's why. I always wondered why people had so much trouble looking at me in the eyes. It's because my apron is too pretty.
Or they could just be afraid of your eyes. After all, people do tend to get a bit intimidated around beautiful things.
Too bad, because I can tell instantly if I trust someone by looking in their eyes. But if they never look, I'll never know.
Do you trust me?
Traveling merchants are much better flirts than regular townspeople. So, will you be eating or drinking?
Actually, I'd like 2 orders of roasted tail packaged to take with me.
The cook just left to purchase supplies at the port.
I don't have anywhere else to go. There's really no rush.
In that case, there's no better way to pass the time than with something to drink in your hand.
Okay, might as well.
It's unusual that a traveling merchant actually stops in for food. Normally they come by looking for information.
I usually pay for both. I was curious about one thing in particular. What's with all the merchants camped out in front of the town entrance?
Oh, those are all the merchants who are involved in trading furs this time of year.
That's so.
Yeah, it's about the fur.
Most of them are the foreign merchants who come from all over to buy fur, and the rest of them are craftsmen who sell tools to make the fur into pretty things to wear. The reason they're all waiting so patiently is because the town council is having its big meeting right now to decide whether or not to even sell the fur.
You mean the 50-man meeting, right?
That's right. Trading fur is forbidden until it's over. The ban on fur trading means those craftsmen will sit on the money they've saved to buy processing tools until they're sure it'll be lifted.
I don't understand why people are so hesitant to sell the fur.
I've heard it has to do with the expedition to the north being canceled.
So nobody wants to be first in the market with large amount.
That's business. Like me, my place is usually packed with people at this time of year.
I wonder if it'd be okay to sell furs to the merchants gathered outside the town.
Huh? Those merchants only buy for a good price. Unlike the knights and mercenaries going on expedition. Sometimes they even pay me with beautiful fur clothing that's really only fit for a princess to wear. I make double when they pay me like that.
But before the fur becomes clothing, it's relatively inexpensive. If it gets sold before being processed, the townspeople miss out on most of their profits.
You're a really smart guy. But I haven't told you anything you couldn't have learned from any other hostess in town. If you repeat to anyone what I'm about to tell you, I'll deny it.
Deal.
There are about 40 men in that meeting who are thinking about barring the merchants outside town from buying any fur. Even though they know it might enrage the rest of the people in the fur trade.
Who gave you this information?
Who knows? Men usually show their appreciation of a bar by leaving good and drunk. Are you sure you don't want another drink?
You're definitely putting me in the mood to lose myself.
2 roasted tails ready.
Okay! Now I have a question for you.
Huh?
Do you have a wife?
I'm free to do what I want when it comes to trade. However, she does keep me on a pretty short leash.
Well, whoever she is, she's the luckiest girl I know. Darn the luck.
Those are loaded with furs, and those, those too. That's good news. There's lots of money.
I will not allow it. You may never sell my tail.
You'd be too tough to skin.
But I can see in your eyes you are willing to sell anything.
Come on, that's only half the story. Think about the strawberries you see me pick from town to town while we travel. Have you ever seen me sell one of them? It's because I only ever resell what first I have purchased. It's one of the few hard and fast rules I live by.
So I trust your information expedition was fruitful as always.
Yes, it seems as if things are about to get quite interesting around here. Oh yeah, care to make a wager?
A bet?
I have some meat in this package. Tell me which animal and what part without opening it. You can eat anything you want tonight.
Ah,
You saw all those traveling merchants camped out in front of town, right? There has to be something going on with them, and they never waste so much time just waiting there. They must have already gotten wind about the 50-man meeting's decision not to let foreign merchants in on the fur trade this year. My ears aren't great, but I will hear if you try to open that package.
I know that.
Have you got it?
Give me time.
Well, then I'll talk this out some more. To orchestrate something on this scale would take a large and powerful group. The Western Merchants Association is known for their fur craft. It could be some large company looking to monopolize the entire fur trade industry. Regardless of that,
You.
have you figured it out?
I think the preconditions of this bet we made were unfairly tilted before we made it, Lawrence.
Well, it's a little bit late to be mentioning that now, don't you think?
I suppose so, but
What's your guess?
I don't know the name you have for it. But it is from those river rats with the big flat tails.
Yeah.
I told you the wager was unfair from the outset.
You already knew?
When we first came to this town, it puzzled me because I had no memory of it. But that has changed now. Mm. All of my memories came flooding back to me. When I smelled it, the memory brought back tears to my eyes, and I knew in an instant what was in your package.
You did that on purpose.
Do you think I would take advantage of your kindness with a deception?
Yes, you always manage to do this to me.
I know I will never be able to forget your scent.
Nor I yours.
You sound foolish when you are serious.
Well, excuse me for trying.
Does it truly bother you that much? You made more than enough money when we were in Kumersoon to open up a shop of your own, did you not?
Yeah, plenty, in fact.
I do not have any right to keep you from opening up your shop. You should be free from trouble so that you can settle down. That is all that I want for you.
Settle down. You've got a point there.
The road to the north?
Yes.
Well, there hasn't been all that much snow this year, so the journey shouldn't be too bad.
My plan right now is to go to Nyohi.
So, we're going into lands that are pagan. Well, I suppose that is the life of a merchant. You carry a bag of money around to wherever the profit leads.
No matter how big that bag of money gets, none of us can take it with us when we die.
Then why even bother making money at all? It's a waste of time if you ask me.
Why bother having any job at all for that matter? Like running an inn, for example.
Well, that is true. Will you be leaving us soon, then?
Not yet. I want to wait until the 50-man meeting is over.
You'll only be able to make half the journey with the horse you have right now. After that, you'll have to trade it in for a longer-haired breed.
I think I saw one in the stable.
The man who owns that horse is a northerner. He probably knows more details about the road you'll be traveling to.
What's his name?
His name? The man's lived here for years, and I can't believe I've never even bothered to get his name. The only thing I really know about him is that he gets fatter with each passing year. I'm sorry, but getting old is not for the weak. If I run into him, I'll mention you'd like to talk with him.
I'd appreciate it.
Of course, if you're determined to wait till the 50-man meeting is over, you might be here till spring.
Meetings can go on for that long, huh?
town's fate is directly tied to the men who run it. Some years these meetings are easy, and other times it can turn out to be bad for the whole town.
We all have free will. We can act against fate. We're all accountable for our mistakes, but we make up for them as best we can.
I can't disagree with you on that. You've been here for 3 nights, right? What's your name?
The name's Kraft Lawrence, sir.
My name is Araldo Eklund. In my younger days, I could have made you a belt that you'd have been proud to wear. Now all I can offer is a warm room and a good night's sleep.
Well, that's better than a belt.
He took 5 days to ask me. Why did it only take you 3 days to ask his name, Araldo?
If you remember, your 5th day here was also the first time we spoke. You are not what I would consider an excellent conversationalist.
And you?
I talk?
Then how about we have a chat? Don't you have business with Rigoro?
Yeah.
Something to drink.
Excuse us.
I don't know why that man insists upon heating up his wine. You appear hesitant with me. Would you mind telling me why?
It's not every day I get to talk with a female merchant. I'm always more cautious when I'm dealing with things that are unknown.
You're the first to see through my disguise in the past couple of years.
Well, we passed each other in front of the inn this morning. My companion has good instincts about these things.
One should never underestimate a woman's intuition. Though I'd normally never say that dressed like this.
I've come to trust the instincts.
My name is Fleur Bolland. Though the name Fleur isn't really suitable for business, so around here I'm known mostly as Ave Bolland.
My name is Kraft Lawrence.
Well, which is it, Kraft or Lawrence?
For business, I go by Lawrence.
And I just go by Ave. I don't like the way Bolland sounds. And trust me, I know exactly how much respect I'd get as a merchant if I went to work in a frilly pink dress and some makeup. So don't even bother trying to compliment my looks.
Sure, I understand.
I prefer not to be seen as a woman at all. But unfortunately, I'm rather gregarious. So I'm usually the one who blows my own cover. I'm quite charming, and I like to talk.
Well, I'll let you know whether or not you're charming a little later on. However, we're only really meeting each other tonight, and I still don't know why you'd have an interest in me.
It starts with the fact that for whatever reason, Araldo really seems to like you. He's a stubborn old fool, but he has a good eye for people. Though he isn't very likable himself.
What's that thing he's always saying?
I'm going on a pilgrimage next year. So this girl with you.
Girl?
You know, your companion. She's a woman. It's odd for a merchant to bring a woman along with him, isn't it?
We just traveled together. I don't think I could explain it to you even if we were drunk.
I'm not trying to pry. It appears that you two are very comfortable with each other, and I can tell it isn't money that keeps you together. So she should be fine with our conversation. At least I hope so. Business can be complicated around here. I couldn't just walk up to you on the street and say, let's talk. That wouldn't have worked at all. It's why I mentioned Rigoro first. But the only reason I said that was to get your attention. You do want to meet with Rigoro, don't you?
Yes.
Do you mind if I ask what interest he is to you?
Figaro is the town's chronicler. I was hoping you'd be able to tell me about the old stories and legends from